Hi, I'm Katie.
And I'm Koli.
Welcome to the SVU Coven podcast, Little Witch Detectives.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It wouldn't be our podcast if we didn't have tech issues at the beginning.
Yeah, seriously.
We were trying to record a new way and didn't do.
No. No, it did not.
I also I'll talk about this later, but I'm wearing our merch today. And I see you're wearing SAG-AFTRA stuff.
I am. Back after strong.
Look at us go. Um, shall we jump into the witch talk because Zoom is gonna limit us?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is our witch talk. It's the corner of the intro of our show where we catch you guys up on what we've been doing. I always laugh a little bit because it's redundant since I text Koli my every thought all day long. But we wanted to share with you guys. So we are recording this in August. And I've told you guys before I have some trips coming up. I'm going to North Carolina with Sabrina. I'm going to Minnesota with my boyfriend. Super exciting. But I actually have like weird little life updates. I I don't know if I told you this actually, but I did join a public library recently. And
Oh,
I
that's
get also
exciting.
Yes, and I'm so happy about it. I love it, and I think I'm actually gonna go start working during the day at the library because our little library has like an outdoor area with tables, but it's still like within the library, so it's not too hot. Um, and I was like, oh my God, that's free, and I can just bring my little coffee and like sit there, you know.
Yeah.
But I discovered in the state of Georgia, I don't know if it applies to all public library systems, but my library, I get free audiobooks through an app called Libby, not sponsored. So I have been like addicted to these audiobooks. I think I sent you a screenshot the other day of what I was reading or listening to.
I don't
Um,
think you did.
did I? Well,
No.
I got like a couple like self-improvement books and I've been so obsessed with them and it's like the little joys in my life, this library thing. But I also, and I know I told you this, but I ordered a Wreck This journal
Yes.
and I'm so excited about that. I've been on Pinterest like pinning little like ideas of how I want to do that. And it both of those things have been bringing so much joy in my life, but they're not like huge events I'm doing or
Yeah.
anything, but it's just been super exciting to like go back to some old hobbies from when I was younger and kind of
Mhm.
like honor that inner child. Um and I don't know why, but I just felt like I wanted to share that because if you guys are like readers or journalers or creative in that way, I feel like those are some fun things to add a little happiness.
Yeah.
Um and also, it's so dope that libraries still exist and are functioning, and I think that's incredible.
Yeah.
Um, because books are so important.
They really are.
They're so important and they're so good for you. And
Yeah.
you guys, if you've listened to the show for a long time, you know that I have a degree in English, so books are like my first love, aside from Olivia Benson. So, you know.
Yeah.
But that's all that's going on with me aside from, work, life, finance issues.
Yeah.
What's going on with you?
Well, I'm done dog sitting. I'm back home. Um,
Finally.
it's nice to sleep in my own bed instead of on a couch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um,
I am gonna miss Bob though.
yeah. I'll be back next year. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Um, my podcast merch finally shipped this morning, so I'll have
yay.
it hopefully by Wednesday because it says that it's expected on Wednesday.
It's exactly what happened to me when I ordered mine too.
Yeah, it's
It
been
like
in
wouldn't.
production for like 3 weeks, and it was like, oh, your merch order has shipped. We'll be there Wednesday, August 30th. I was like, oh, Thank
If
you.
you guys didn't know, we have merch. It's on Fourth Wall.
Yes.
But we both had this like same shipping experience where it just takes them a little while to get it together. But I
Mm-hmm.
think it's to ensure the best quality and the best color matching to our designs.
Yeah.
But it's funny because for both of us, it was like in production for a really long time, and then it was like, hey, we're shipping. We'll be here in a couple days.
Yeah.
Like,
They were like, please note it takes 48 hours for the tracking to update. And it's like, it'll be here by then.
yeah, literally. But it's really good quality, the softest ever. Our designs are cute. Koli actually added a new design to the store.
Yeah.
So definitely worth checking out if you want to support the show. The money goes to Fourth Wall and to us, and we put it back into the show. So
Yes.
cute.
I don't really have much else. I lead a boring existence.
Well, you have Lesapalooza coming up.
I do, that's true. That's
Mhm.
coming up in a month from. Oh my god, I leave a month from today.
That's so fun.
I'm excited.
And you also posted that Katie Couric book review.
Yes. So you can find me on Medium. It's medium.com/Koli Murray. And I posted a book review for Katie Couric's memoir going there. Yeah.
It's really good. I have it. We'll talk about this later too, but I have it posted in our Discord as well. If you
Yay.
guys want to see it.
But yeah, that's about it for me.
Cool. Shall we talk about Mariska?
Yes. So the only thing that keeps coming up on my Google alerts, other than are Mariska Hargitay and Kelly Geddes friends in real life?
Yes.
Yes. Is fans urge Mariska to be careful after she posts an Instagram picture. Because she posted a picture in LA right before Hurricane Hillary hit, and everyone was telling her to be careful. So
Yeah, from what I've heard, it sounds like the hurricane wasn't nearly as bad as people thought it was gonna be.
it wasn't nearly as bad, but there was also an earthquake at the same time.
Right. Because we can't have anything.
No, because climate change is real. And
Dude, you are telling me in Atlanta it's so humid, and I know it's hot up there too, but East Coast, we just chilling. But
yeah,
it's been like 107 to 109, and the humidity index is like the highest it's ever been. So when you walk outside here, you just start dripping.
yeah,
Like you don't even have to move. Just standing outside, you're just like dripping sweat. And I keep looking around at all these Republicans that live in this state, like, how do you not believe
in climate change?
Like, just go outside. Like, oh. But
Yeah,
I do feel for the people affected in California for sure.
yeah, definitely. But in other news, today is August 28th, which is Mariska and Peter's 19-year wedding anniversary. It is their bronze wedding anniversary. I looked that up.
I love that. Yeah, it was a little serendipitous, I think, because we had to cancel recording on Friday. Because my boyfriend invited me to hang out with his friends for the first time. And if we moved it to today, and then I guess in the middle of the night last night, I was like, why don't we just pivot the whole episode to be about the anniversary to celebrate them?
Yeah, pretty much.
They're so cute.
It wasn't the middle of the night, no, though. It was like 10 o'clock.
Ah.
But it was essentially the middle of the night for me.
Yeah. I was already in bed when I was texting you. But yeah, happy anniversary, guys.
Yeah.
So exciting. That's so crazy they've been together so long.
They've been together, I think, 21 years and 19 years married.
They're
It's
so cute.
amazing. I
Um,
love them.
we will be talking about them so much today.
Yes.
But also in cast related news, I saw actually at work, somebody had sent this and then I was like, oh my God, ice. But I was another little serendipitous thing. I was going to be talking about Ice's chart today originally. And then I woke up and saw that headline, but he is co-headlining the National Celebration of Hip Hop, and it's going to be a free concert to celebrate hip hop and stuff. And I just think it's cool that Ice is still out there doing his music related stuff, especially as he gets older and obviously has a full-time job on the show and kids kid like
He has kids. He has older kids too.
yeah, but little
Yeah,
child at
little
home,
child.
the cutest human. And you know, I just think it's cool and Ice deserves to be celebrated and hip hop deserves to be celebrated. So if you want more info on that, I can send you the details. But I also think it's incredibly cool to do a free show.
Yeah.
Um, so just cool things going on with the peeps.
Yep. So what we're doing today, um, we made a birth chart for Mariska and Peter's wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna go through that.
Yay! So originally what we were gonna do was compare and contrast some cast members charts, and Koli was already doing Peter's. And then I was just like, you know what, why don't we dissect the wedding day?
Yeah.
Because I think that's really cute. And actually when people start dating and when they get married is so significant.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that I just thought it was cool. And if you guys didn't know, we are taking a break to stand with the strike from our regularly scheduled content. So we wanted to bring you guys something us related
Yeah.
um and show related. So
Yes.
we did it. All right. Let's jump into some episodic reminders real quick.
Yes.
So this is your social media plug. We are on Instagram at SVU Coven. We do post on there pretty frequently. So if you are interested in keeping up with us or wondering what our updates are, any information we talk about in the show is usually included on Instagram as well. And anything podcast related is in the link in our Instagram bio. So it's a great place to keep up with us. It's SVU Coven. We also have a free Discord server that I finally made pretty. And we would love for you guys to join us over there. We don't have too many people, but it's a great way to connect with us one-on-one and anything SVU Coven related, from talking about Mariska gossip to tarot readings. It's all in there. And the link doesn't expire anymore. I fixed that as well. So if you're interested, you can find that in our Instagram bio. Or you can email us and we will send you a fresh link. Our email is svucoven@gmail.com. Koli does check our email. So somebody is reading them and will respond to you. And it's a great place to reach out to us if you're interested in sponsoring the show or being on the show or working with us in any way. So that's svucoven@gmail.com. Also, we have merch through Fourth Wall. Those links you can find on Discord. You can email us, all that good stuff. If you're interested, we designed everything ourselves and it's really good quality stuff and I like it. So if you want merch, we do have that.
Yes. This is your episodic reminder to rate, review, subscribe, and comment. Rating and subscribing is the most important. They tell the algorithm that you like us and they'll recommend us to other people. Reviewing and commenting are just really nice. We lost all our reviews when we switched podcast hosts. And we miss them and we would like them back.
And we'll read them on the show.
We will read them on the show, good, bad, or indifferent. And we have a Ko-fi account. So if you want, you can go and buy us a coffee. Totally optional. You don't have to do it. All the money goes back into the show. Yeah.
Yeah. Woohoo!
Yay! Okay, so now time for our self-love affirmation. And this one's really simple. It's just, I believe in me. And it's from Annie Sophie Reinhardt.
I like that because my meditation this morning was all about like being kind to yourself and loving yourself. So it kind of goes with the theme of what I need, I think.
Yeah.
Because I struggle with feeling like I'm second place a lot.
Me too.
So I need to start, believing in me more.
Yeah. My therapist and I are working on my self-esteem, and she wants me to say like a self-love affirmation every hour. And I've been sticking with I am great. And have been saying that a lot. But I like this I believe in me.
I do too.
Yeah.
I've been thinking, and if you guys have any ideas, but I've been thinking of getting like a tattoo right here that's some sort of reminder like that. But I want it to be like 1 or 2 words because I don't want it to be like very big. I wanted it to be kind of small. So that I could look at it every day, kind of like that, like hourly, like see it on myself right there.
I have a tattoo here. It says fearless on it. So that's a nice reminder there. On the other side, I have joyful with a heart. Heart that Mariska drew, actually. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Should we?
Yeah.
Jump into things?
We should.
I didn't really know how you wanted to do this, so I was just gonna kind of like freeform my thoughts with it.
Yeah.
But essentially we are dissecting the natal chart of Peter Herman and Mariska Hargitay's wedding. So they got married on August 28th, 2004, and we are recording on August 28th, 2023. So a disclaimer here, the only thing that might not be totally accurate is their rising/ascendant sign, just because we don't know the actual like down to the minute time that they said I do.
Yeah.
So we did a rough time in the afternoon just to, get as close as we could.
Yeah.
So, that's the only caveat. Also, we are doing, because this episode would go on forever if we did every single planet. So we're doing Big 5, I believe.
Yeah.
So Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Rising. It was really funny because I put in the date wrong, and then we were like, oh no, the charts are different. And then when I put the date in right, it was correct. And I was like, oh, good.
Yeah.
So did you want to go first, or would what do you think's better?
It doesn't matter. I just have my notes aren't necessarily like concrete. They're just thoughts about the thing so that I don't forget anything or whatever.
Yeah, I got you.
So.
Well, I'll go ahead and say the planets, and then we can kind of like dissect.
Okay.
So for their wedding, the sun was in Virgo, the moon was in Aquarius, Mercury is in Leo, Venus is in Cancer, and then rising is in Scorpio. So a lot going on here.
I love it because their moon and their Mercury are each their sun signs.
Yeah. And something that is really cute to me is when, so like I was saying before, like when people get married or start dating, there's actually like a lot of weight to the astrological weather.
Mhm.
Um, because you'll often find that they're included in some way in that day. So like even if they don't resonate necessarily with a wedding happening in Virgo season, you see them like throughout this chart too,
Yeah.
you know, especially because Mariska getting married on an Aquarius moon just makes so much sense because she has so much Aquarius energy about her.
Mhm. What I thought was really interesting was their wedding chart had a lot of Cancer energy.
Hmm. I love Cancer Venus too
Yeah, me too.
because
I'm a
can
Cancer Venus.
Mhm. And Cancer is ruled by the moon, and no stranger to this podcast because I'm a Cancer moon and Koli's a Cancer. So
Mhm.
we got little crab energy everywhere. But I love it in Venus because Cancer is such a nurturing sign, such a motherly sign, very emotional, very empathetic. So to be in your like love planet is a lot of like taking care of one another.
Yeah.
I definitely think that they do,
Oh yeah.
you
Definitely.
know, and they're so loving with each other.
Yeah.
Another thing too with Mercury and Leo, which is how they communicate, I like this combination because Cancer and Leo are based, to me, in my opinion, allegedly in a video game. Um, Cancer and Leo to me are the same sign, but Cancer is more introspective and Leo is more confident.
Mhm. Yeah,
Um,
that makes sense.
you know, and they're right next to each other. So you jump from one season to the other. And I'm also a Leo rising, so I usually jump from my moon to my rising every time. And I like it in combination, especially because Peter is a Leo, right? His sun sign
Mhm.
is Leo. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
It makes sense. He's got all that great hair.
yes, such good hair too.
He
Very
does.
beautiful. Um, but I like that together, Mercury and Venus, because Mercury and Venus are a little bit opposite, and Leo and Cancer are a little bit the same. So it kind of is harmonious to me.
Yeah.
Mixed with the emotions of the day being an Aquarius, you've got the communication of Peter, but the emotions of Mariska. And it just is like harmonious to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the weird things about it are that it's odd to me that it in Virgo season,
Mhm.
because Virgo is not a sign I really associate with either of them.
Yeah.
Virgos are very, not that they aren't, but Virgos are very organized, very structured, very like by
Yeah.
design type people. It's an earth sign, they're very grounded. Whereas I feel like Mariska is very uniquely herself
Yes.
in all situations and kind of dorky. Like, you know,
Yeah.
she's got that eclectic nature that Aquarius women often have.
Mhm.
Um, and then Peter, I could see maybe more close to Virgo, but I feel like he's just so, no, he's just got his own like personality and he doesn't seem to be very by the book. Like I think he's more go with the flow kind of human.
Yeah,
Um,
but I can see him being like a neat freak, which is
mm,
something with Virgos.
yeah.
Um, he's very he's very go with the flow, but then he has aspects of him that are like more rigid, I guess.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't like pajamas. Like he
But
would rather he would rather like change out of his pajamas first thing in the morning into clothes
oh,
than
can't relate.
hang around in his pajamas.
Yeah, no, I'm literally in a sweatshirt and sweatpants, right?
I'm in a t-shirt and shorts, but that's because I took a shower.
Yeah.
But I would have been in a t-shirt and shorts anyway, because that's what I sleep in. So
I could see that. And so on the flip side, while Virgo doesn't strike me necessarily for either of them,
mm,
think, in my opinion, getting married or even starting to date, whatever the official like change is in your life, um, sometimes happens during a season of something you need.
Yeah.
Like, I find a lot of change usually happens to me every year during Aries season, and I'm an Aries Venus, but aside from that, I don't really have a lot of that like energy in my life. So I emit like love through Aries, but I don't often receive any Aries energy. And
Yeah.
I always find during that season every year is when the biggest changes in my life happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's because it's to like ignite a passion in me that I don't like create on my own.
Yeah.
And so to me, like the sun in Virgo with them is maybe, hey, to you guys aren't the most structured people on your own, but in this union, we're going to be grounding you, and this is what's keeping you stable and keeping you safe and keeping you organized and together and productive and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Which reiterates to me that they're each other's, like person,
Yeah.
because they
Another
bring
thing
out.
about Virgos is they're not the biggest fans of the limelight.
Mhm,
And I feel like while Mariska is more so into the limelight,
mhm.
Peter definitely isn't, even though he's an actor.
Yeah.
Um, but they both tend to value their privacy, which is
Mhm.
it has something to do with their hold on, their rising in
Yeah.
Scorpio.
Mhm.
Sorry. I had to look at my notes because I couldn't remember, but
Yeah, I think it's funny because Peter being a Leo just automatically has a louder presence about him, but they both are extremely private people.
yeah,
And especially with Scorpio, but with Virgo, they're strategic in their privacy.
yeah,
So I could see that. I could very much see that because, Peter's not even on social media really.
no,
And Mariska's definitely taken a step back from
yeah,
social media as well. I find that, and this kind of goes back to what our Mariska corner was about. But I kind of find that even when she does post, she's a little more careful and a little less revealing of like where she is and what she's doing.
yeah,
Whereas it used to be like, here's where I am, 100 hashtags.
yeah. And that's like she'll still post that sometimes, like when they're in when they're overseas for like their summer vacation.
Hmm.
It still has like the 100 hashtags. It doesn't have like a place marker, but like she'll leave little hints as to where she is.
Yeah.
And you have to like pick up on those.
Hmm. And I think Aquarius in general is a pretty private sign too. Uh and Aquarius and Leo are actually opposites. So
Mm,
I really like that of them like being together because I think they complement each other in being different.
yeah,
Because they bring out the stability and safeness and grounding energy that you see with Virgo, but
yeah.
like together.
And another thing about Virgo is that they like always have to be working on a project, which
Hmm.
really makes sense for Mariska because I mean, she has the show, she has Joyful Heart, she has the kids.
So many darn kids.
72, as she said on uh late night um with Allie Wentworth. She was on a
Oh,
comedy show with Allie Wentworth and she was like, yeah, I got 72 kids. Like
it's true. It's because she's mother.
yes.
Which also Venus in Cancer having a lot of kids, like it was their destiny,
Yeah.
They were born to be parents.
Hmm.
And not everybody is, you know? And so I think that's incredible that they found that together. However, I do think so, like we said before, the rising sign might not be totally accurate,
Right.
but I kind of feel like rising in Scorpio makes sense.
Yeah.
Because Scorpio is a very intense um sign in general, but especially in the way that they love.
Mm-hmm.
They're very loyal, very passionate about their partners. They take um a lot of care of the people that they're with.
Yeah.
And they're also very introspective. So Scorpio isn't the first to like jump into an argument. They much more will like dial it back and try to process it before like letting it all out. Um
Mm-hmm.
and they're very private and very like solitude and really want to do the work before they you know come out and argue and just not very hot-headed, much more reserved.
Yeah.
And I think that would apply to them very much because I have never seen anything about them like fighting in public or arguing about anything or whatever. They kind of deal with their things internally.
Yeah.
And they're not out here posting on social media or anything. And
Yeah.
even though they keep their kids kind of private as well, um, and safe, kind of going back to that Virgo, going back to that Cancer, like I think it all kind of molds together. So a rising in Scorpio would make sense to me,
Yeah.
you
They
know.
started posting Mariska started posting August a little bit more.
But he's
But
older
he's
now.
older. He's
Yeah.
like 17.
When did that happen?
I don't know. I remember when he was born. I remember
Oh,
the blog post on Mariska.com very shortly after he was born,
Mariska.com.
when she still had that and she had her merch and
Such a cute time.
yeah.
But yeah, I think rising in Scorpio would make sense to me overall.
Yeah.
Because they're not overwhelmingly like I don't know. It's kind of like if they're really timid, quiet people, it's like one way, or if they're very like passionate, it's the other way. But I think Scorpio kind of holds both.
Yeah. I was gonna say they're both at the same time, I think. The two
Hmm.
of them.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think like them together, it makes a lot of sense in like how they would, because your rising sign is how people see you, right?
Mhm.
So if rising's in Scorpio for them, like their union is very like both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
And I think that makes a lot of sense when you look at the rest of the wedding day chart as well, because
Mhm.
you've got a little bit of Mariska happening and a little bit of Peter, and then they're coming together to form these signs that are more grounded, more introspective, have more solitude, but then also the Venus and Cancer of like love, taking care of one another, having kids together, like doing all of those things.
Yeah.
Happy home, happy wife, happy life.
And it's interesting that you say that Aquarius and Leo are opposite signs
Mm,
because Mariska has said she's more extroverted and he's more introverted.
mm-hmm,
Um, I remember reading an article a while back, I don't even remember where it was, um, that like where she dropped like an ice cream bar on the floor of her trailer and then picked it up and started eating. It was like 5 second rule.
mm-hmm.
And I don't think Peter would do that.
I don't think Peter would do that either.
No.
But that could also be like their balance, right? Like a good
Yeah,
example of them together, of him being
exactly.
like, honey, that's gross. But I can also 100% see her still going to do that. Because
Yeah,
she's, you guys, if you don't know anything about Mariska, know that she is a huge dork.
very much so.
She's so silly all the time, and I could totally see her doing that. Or like dropping ice cream on her shirt and being like, oh, well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think overall they really complement each other. And this chart for sure is like explains all of that.
Yeah.
The Venus in Cancer is the most powerful to me, I think.
Yeah.
Because it just makes a lot of sense because they love having kids and love being parents. And in general, Mariska is someone that takes care of everyone.
Yes.
And so it makes a lot of sense that that would be the love language of their love together.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But aside from that, that's my initial thoughts.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, that was pretty much it, I think. Let me check my notes. With the Mercury and Leo, they're good at finding solutions to problems that make them up. So, like, I think that might be why we don't see them fighting in public or hear about them fighting or see it on social media or anything like that, because they're really good at finding solutions to these problems.
Mixed with that rising in Scorpio and the introspective work, and then like the sun in Virgo keeping them grounded, I have a feeling it's not even like they argue. It's more like they just talk through things.
Yeah.
More like discussion based.
Yeah.
Because I can't even picture them screaming at each other.
No. I can't. No.
It would not even be the initial thought for either of them, I don't think.
I can't picture them screaming at anybody.
I know.
I mean,
I was
like,
trying to remember like Mariska mad about something, and she's normally like quiet and pensive and like pissed. It's never like maybe baby Benson, but baby Olivia maybe was more erratic. But
the season 19 closer was she like screams in somebody's face.
Yeah.
But like that's Olivia Benson. I don't think Mariska.
Yeah, they're a little different.
I don't see her like screaming at somebody.
Yeah, no. Well, we only have a minute left on the recording. Do you want to hang up and rejoin, and then we can do our outro stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay.
And we're back.
We're back.
More technical difficulties too.
Yes.
But it's fine.
It's fine.
So I believe we covered the chart, so now tarot reading time?
Yeah. Unless you want to do a spell break first.
Oh right. Let's do a spell break first.
Okay. So, August 28th. The color of the day is silver. And the incense of the day is rosemary. And this is a Mother Earth balance spell. Sometimes there are moments or events in our lives that can throw us completely off balance. When life throws you a curve, it is time to reconnect with the core of your being. If you want to feel more grounded, consider doing this spell. Find a place to sit comfortably on the ground. Place your hands on the earth. Take a moment to close your eyes and imagine your hands and your personal energy radiating into the ground. Visualize your hands connecting with the nurturing heartbeat of Mother Earth. In order to focus this energy, chant these words. I send my energy to the ground, where the stability of the earth can be found. Restore my balance, bring peace to me. As I will it, so mote it be. Spend time connecting with Mother Earth anytime you need it to reintegrate more harmony into your spirit. And that was by Sapphire Moonbeam.
I love that. I think that also kind of goes perfect because it's very
Yeah.
grounding. And I think that's what our general consensus was about their perfect union.
Yes.
That's cute.
Okay. So, tarot time.
Thank you for the spell break.
Of course.
So, while Koli is shuffling their cards, I just want to remind you guys that we are on Instagram at SVU Coven. We would love it if you followed us over there. We post our updates over there pretty frequently, as well as other cute things related to the show. Likewise, while you're over there, feel free to click the link in our bio to find everything SVU Coven, but specifically our free Discord server. We would love if you joined. It's a great way to connect with us one-on-one, to get updates from us, and pretty much chat and discuss everything SVU Coven related, from the show to tarot readings to everything in between. We would love to grow the coven with you over there. So you can find that in the link in our Instagram bio. However, we also have an email that Koli checks, svucoven@gmail.com. You can email us if you want to join the Discord, and Instagram is not a medium that speaks to you. Likewise, if you want to sponsor the show, be on the show, chit chat with us, send us messages, anything like that, email is the best way to reach us. So again, it's svucoven@gmail.com. And we have merch like this one
Yay.
that says listen to the SVU Coven podcast, Little Witch Detectives, and that is through Fourth Wall. The proceeds go to Fourth Wall as well as a little bit back to us so we can put it into the show for you guys. We appreciate the energy exchange. And if you do buy any of our merch, even if it's just a sticker or a hat, please send us pictures of it, tag us in it. We would love to see you guys out there rocking the Coven merch.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that's it, social media wise.
Okay. So, I'm doing something a little different today. I pulled my usual Pride Tarot deck card, and with it, I pulled a new deck, the Divine Time Oracle deck, which you can't see because it's there. We go. There we go. We saw it for a second. And it tells you like when these things are going to come to fruition. So, for the Pride Oracle deck, I pulled Death, which is not a bad card.
No.
So it pretty much just means endings, change,
Rebirth.
endings, change, rebirth. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. So and I pulled the card within a couple weeks for the time. So within a couple weeks, you'll see in your own life that you're going to go through some changes, that there's going to be a rebirth, and that something could be ending. And that's okay, because every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end, to quote some song that I don't know.
I heard it in my head, but I can't think who sings it.
I can't either. I can't even think of the name of the song. But yeah. Closing time. It's closing time by, I don't know.
I always want to say it's Third Eye Blind, but it isn't.
No,
but
it's
that
not.
kind of energy.
Yeah.
Death is always the card where people are like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. And I'm like, no. That's literally not what it means. It's like, for me, I always pull the Tower because for some reason I'm just an ever-evolving human.
Yeah.
But death cards are good. They're good because it means that something is ending so that something better can come in.
Yes.
So never fear. And I think that's also beautiful when you apply it to Mariska and Peter as well.
Yeah.
Because in order for them to create this beautiful life together, a lot of death cards had to happen, you know?
Yes. Mariska was engaged before Peter, and the wedding didn't happen because Mariska said that she only wants to be married once.
She knew. She knew.
She knew.
Which?
Allegedly in a video game.
Allegedly in Minecraft.
Yes.
Well, thank you for the reading. I liked that a lot.
Thank you.
Um,
Oh,
so-
this is your other episodic reminder to rate, review, and subscribe and comment. Rating and subscribing are the most important things. They tell the algorithm that you like us, and they will recommend us to other people. Reviewing and commenting are just really nice. We lost all our reviews when we switched podcast hosts.
and we missed
And we
it.
want them back. Commenting on YouTube is super, super helpful. It helps the algorithm. Katie comments all the time.
Yeah, come hang out with me in the comments. I'm always saying
Yes.
something stupid. I also, speaking of YouTube, our last episode, if you haven't watched or listened, was about Colleen Ballinger. And it's our highest viewed episode, I think. On
Yeah, it
So
is.
pretty cool.
Because I tagged Colleen Ballinger in the tags.
So definitely worth listening to. And, you know, as we're having odd content for the next little while,
Yeah.
we appreciate the energy exchange.
Hopefully not too much longer, but the AMPTP came to the WGA with a deal, and the WGA didn't take it because it didn't meet at like most of their expectations, and the AMPTP called a meeting with them, and they were like, oh, they're gonna renegotiate with us. Nope, it was a 20-minute lecture from the AMPTP about why they should take their last renegotiation and how it was actually a really good deal and all this stuff. And they were like, no.
Incorrect. But yeah, hopefully it won't be too much longer, but I hope you guys enjoyed
Yeah.
our astrology episode.
Yay.
Yay. Well, we did it.
We did it.
That's our show.
That's
If you're still
it.
hanging out, leave us a comment either on YouTube or Instagram with your favorite emoji, and we'll know you came from the end of the show.
Yes.
Well, I love you.
I love you.
And I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.